Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas
and
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ausra.
Let's start episode 259 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Krampah. And Krampah writes, "Thanks so much, Vidas, for your advice. Piano playing. I can accompany hymns and quite a number of anthems for my church. I now want to take my piano playing to a concert pianist level. I have played through a couple pianoforte tutors. Will I be in a rush if I am to take Handel Messiah's pieces and play through them? Or I should work more with the beginner pianoforte tutors to sharpen my sight reading before? Thanks in advance for your considerations. Best regards, Krampah." It seems like Krampah is needing in pianistic advice, not organ.
Yes, and we could give that too, since we both played piano professionally since very early age. And he mentioned that he would want to become a concert level pianist. Yes.
Yeah.
So if you really want to do that, I don't think that Handel's Messiah is a good piece, to play on the piano. I don't think many of majoring in piano performance would do it because it's not an original piece for the piano. And piano has such a wide repertoire of itself.
You're right, Ausra. I just thought for a second, what if Krampah wanted to play piano repertoire in church? Sometimes they have these spots where you can play piano music after services or as special maybe occasions for sacred concerts.
Well, then yes, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that. But, in addition, what he is doing on the piano, like having hymns and anthems, for church, I think he would need, in order, to improve, he would need to work on some really, pianistic repertoire, especially technical repertoire, that he would not necessarily has to perform, in church, but to work on pieces like Czerny's etudes. I think this is source number one.
So we can advise a little bit of a systematic approach, right? Etudes, you say?
Yes. Scales. So basically you could play Ganon, yes, exercises.
And then probably Bach keyboard music?
Yes. Inventions, 2 parts and then 3 parts inventions.
Well-tempered clavier.
Well, yes, later on you could.
French suites, English suites, Goldberg variations.
That's right, of course, all the classical sonatas, Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven.
And then, of course, romantic works.
Yes, definitely.
Starting with probably Mendelssohn's songs without words.
Yes, or if you like Tchaikovsky, you could do that. Take his, for example, Children album. It has beautiful pieces of music. And then later on you could play, some Liszt, some Chopin.
Brahms, Schumann.
Yes. That's right.
Each of those great romantic composers has probably a thick volume of works that if you went through each of them, you would be more than equipped to do anything you want with your technique.
Yes, that's right. Because if you want to be really good at the piano, this is the repertoire that you have to deal with.
Would Krampah benefit from contemporary music? With contemporary, I'm saying about modern music primarily, not necessarily 21st century. But classical piano repertoire, like, let's say, Prokofiev and probably Hindemith and people who lived in the middle of 20th century.
Yes, it would be beneficial too, but I think those compositions that we mentioned before are more important.
More important, yeah.
More important, yes. Because, if you would... I'm not telling that you shouldn't be playing Handel's Messiah. It's wonderful. But I'm just telling you that, in order to play transcription, and this is a transcription, you have to have a really great piano technique first. And in order to build that technique, you will not build it up only by playing transcriptions, or playing anthems and hymns on the piano.
It would be wise to choose some systematic approach in general, where you could learn each semester, every few months, 4 or 5 pieces at least, right?
Yes.
As we mentioned, probably Bach or other polyphonic works.
Well, I would really start with the etudes, because for the piano players it's crucial. Mm-hmm. And if you would take Czerny etudes and if you would study them carefully, you would see that each etude teaches you different pianistic technique. Some of them are for your right hand, some are for your left hand. Some teaches you how to play broken arpeggios, some teaches you how to play chords, some teaches you how to play scales, and all those other pianistic tricks.
Question: is it possible to become a decent pianist playing just Czerny etudes?
Well, yes, in terms of technique, yes, you could develop great technique only by playing Czerny etudes, because he wrote so many of them. So if you will be able to learn them also, I think you might be able to learn any piece on the piano ever written. And people sometimes make mistakes, like, when playing piano, that we sort of ignore the Czerny etudes and we skip them and we go to Chopin etudes right away, and I think it's a big mistake. Because I think Czerny is the sort of foundation of all the piano stuff.
And sometimes people do the mistake with classical sonatas. Instead of playing Haydn, Mozart, and then Beethoven, sometimes they want to play Moonlight Sonata right away, instead of playing Haydn first,
Well, if you don't like Haydn, you could play the first sonata by Beethoven in F minor. It's perfectly suited too. It's in a traditional sonata form.
Or early sonatas by Mozart too.
Yes.
Probably Scarlatti sonatas are good.
Yes, they are very good for finger.
So that's a lot of advice, right? It will take many months to achieve that, probably even years, to develop a decent pianistic technique.
But if you don't want to play all that pianistic repertoire, I would suggest, that for right now, you would pick up, let's say, 2 etudes by Czerny, in addition to what you are practicing for church, in addition to those, hymns, anthems, and, Handel's Messiah, and after you will be comfortable playing those 2 etudes, but choose that they would develop different technique at the same time.
Sometimes left hand moves, sometimes right hand moves, right?
Yes. Well, usually there is one sort of one model for one etude, the Czerny writes. So, and then after you will get comfortable with those, pick up other 2 etudes.
And since he wrote so many opuses of etudes, so many collections, sight read through them a little bit to get a grasp of where you stand in terms of advancement, which collection to choose
True.
right now.
Maybe you won't have to, to start with the first one. Maybe you can go, to later opus, but you need to check it.
And there are other pianistic composers who wrote etudes, like Leschhorn, Behrens, right? Who are also beneficial if you don't like Czerny.
That's right, but I think Czerny is, the
bread and butter
foundation for the piano technique.
Okay, guys. So this advice is probably useful for anyone interested in developing piano technique, right? And for closing, is it useful for organists to have a good piano technique?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Especially, if you like romantic, French symphonic organ music, if you like, to play organ transcriptions for organ, then definitely, it will never hurt to have an excellent piano technique.
But adjusted to the organ, we have to add.
That's right.
It's not the same. Okay, guys, thanks. This was Vidas.
And Usha.
Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your essays, courses, and all your help."
Robert writes, "I found the fingerings, registration ideas, and general comments to be excellent."
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor."
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Usha, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home, and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Usha and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.